Hello and welcome back to the podcast We Are Selling. My name's Lee Woodward, the author of the Complete Salesperson course. Each week on the program, we have the very best agents from all over Australia and New Zealand appear and share their knowledge on find, list, communicate and sell, and then structural change in what they do to stay effective in business. Today, we have a change of pace. We are doing a product knowledge segment for real estate sales, property management and leadership that also affects our consumer, the customer we serve. Many properties in Australia are affected by mould. Mould affects properties all over the world. And prevention is the greatest solution. However, when we look at the products that are available, we've never had great products that are organic, eco and environmentally friendly. And joining us today as our special guest is Mr. Dean O'Neill. Dean, welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me on, Lee.
Dean, you're speaking to us from NMS, National Mould Services. But before we get into our interview and all this incredible information on mould, take us into your background. What have you done?
My background for the last 14 years has been mainly in compliance, working within the real estate industry, doing smoke alarm safety switches, corded window compliance and such. Last 18 months, we have been working on the mould side of the business, which has been very good. We've working with natural product. It's 100% natural. It's Australian made and produced. That's what we've been doing in the last 18 months, as well as the compliance obviously on the side. But yeah, that's pretty much been my background for the last 14 years.
And Dean, you sort of came into this as a hands-on approach. You were moving from the city to the country, and what happened?
Yes, yeah. Well, we decided to give up the beach and went for the country lifestyle, which has been fantastic. Once we moved out here, we found that we had a bit of mould issues. A lot of people out in the country do. Running our septic systems and everything out here, we always had to make sure that we used a natural product. And going into the marketplace, I found it very difficult to find something that was not just natural, but actually was effective and worked. With that in mind, we paired up with a company that produces a natural product. So we went down and met with them. We sampled quite a few of the products over about a 6-month period, and we found that they're just absolutely fantastic. We had to stay away from anything that contained heavy metals, bleaches, or anything like that. We kind of just implement that into our business now, so all the products we use are 100% natural.
Absolutely amazing. And I hear so many great business stories where it started with a real need versus an idea. And the product is amazing. Take us into that. What is the name of the product and how's it being used in the real estate industry?
Yeah, the main product is called Mould Control. The Mould Control comes in different forms. We have just a natural spray, so just a trigger bottle, which is great for day-to-day use. We have the Mould Control White, so it's exactly what it sounds like. It's just in a resealable pack that you can pull out a cloth, and it's already been treated with the solution, so you can just wipe over mould or any sort of problems you have around the property, like if there's a bit of mould or mildew or just want to sanitize something, you can use that wipe as well. We also have it in a liquid form, and we have what I call our atomizer guns. With the guns, you pour the liquid into the bottle, it's attached to the gun, and that turns it into a vapor. Like on a daily basis, for example, like around my home, like we'd do it every afternoon or every morning, just depending on how busy we are. But we just takes us about 3 or 4 minutes to go around the home. It's just about 3 or 4 seconds per room. And yeah, it's just apart from the killing any mould, spores or mildew or anything on impact, it also kills 99.9% of household germs and bacteria as well. It's great for everybody. It's rated asthma safe. It's pet friendly. There's no heavy metals or anything in there. So if you're suffering from allergies, especially from dust and that as well, because it kills dust mites on contact. It's absolutely fantastic.
Dean, as you explain that, I've got this vision of like a full-on Ghostbuster walking around the building. Explain the nano gun to us.
Oh, yeah, Lee, the nano gun, it's fantastic. It's basically, I describe it as something that's just come out of the Apple store. It's fully rechargeable. It only weighs probably, 150, 200 grams. It's very, very, very light. It's only a one-handed use of applications. Anybody can use it. Male, female, your son, your daughter, anyone can use it. So it's very, very user friendly. It's not a very strenuous sort of procedure to do. Yeah, anybody can use the system.
Dean, what is the actual investment if our listeners or principal salespeople want to get this done on a house, either preventative or to fix mold? But for a standard 3 bedroom home, what would that investment be?
For someone to come out, say for a property management property, if it was just for us to come out and say do a preventative spray would do for the real estate industry for $195.
Excellent. And for anyone out there that wants to become a mold buster, what's the situation there?
Well, we offer on the job training. If anybody does want to get into the industry, someone wakes up one morning and thinks, wow, I want to get into the mold business. What we do is, Lee, we can just send them out with one of our technicians and get them to show them all the ropes and what we actually do out at the properties and how to, when walking in, what we need to do. And then we send them on their way with a pack.
Well, Dean, this is really interesting and probably a story close to me at the moment. One of our daughters is living on a farm at the moment and the property's got mold. They're a tenant in that property. Getting rid of mold's one thing. Using the right products and having something environmentally friendly is very, very important. You can fix the mold and the mildew, but this is also be using for bed bugs, dust mites, the sanitizing. So I think the wipe side of it is amazing. Deodorizing, as you just mentioned then, it's in the vehicles, the cars, the boats, the planes, the trucks. A lot of hotels have taken on these products now because, again, the allergies and people coming through our properties. I think prevention is where this should be used most. And as you just said, you're doing it on a daily basis there. For our property managers in the property management space, how's this coming into the real estate industry and how's it being applied?
Well, what we've been doing is a couple of different approaches that we have been doing. One is obviously just receiving, work from a property manager, going out and remediating the problem that's there. Like we'll go through it first, and we'll use our atomizer guns, and we'll go through, and before we actually really do any work on the property, we will spray the whole home and then walk straight back out, and then we'll leave it locked up for about a half an hour, and that'll kill all the mold, bacteria, and spores. You don't want to be breathing that in whilst we're in there. From there, then we'll go through and just do our clean with our products, the mold control products, the wipes and such as well. As you said, Lee, prevention is obviously the best solution because, as you know, if a home's really affected by mold, it can be very costly and time-consuming to fix. And whilst you're doing that, the tenants cannot be there, so it's a matter of having to move them out of the property. So that's a good idea to prevent it to start with. Another approach which we've just started doing in the last couple of months is offering a package to the real estate industry where the owners just get it done on an annual basis or a 6 monthly basis. What some agents are actually asked us to do is they're getting the owner to actually pay for it up front, and then making it part of their Form 6 is part of the tenancy renewal or a change of tenancy, is that the tenant, as part of the agreement, will pay to have it done as well to keep the property sanitised and free from mould.
Absolutely fantastic. And there's no reason why we can't, in the gift pack going in for the tenants going in, have the spray in there, have the wipes in there as well, because then the tenant will automatically repurchase those into the future. And that, again, is going to protect the asset.
Yeah, 100%, Lee. And that's what we want to do is, like, we've come across so many times where the tenant will just ring and just say, I'm sorry, we've got mold. You go out, the whole property, the property's just covered in it. Again, it'd be good to, educate the tenants as well. They do have to shoulder some of the responsibility. So if we've gone through and, if it's been cleaned and remediated and the whole property's done, the tenant should keep that going on an ongoing basis.
For anyone listening to this right now thinking, right, this is good, it's eco-friendly, let's even get some for the office and test it out. If they go to the nationalmoldservices.com.au, which is the NMS site, you've got 2 numbers there. One, say goodbye to mold. You can ring that number, and then 24/7 home service. What are those 2 services available?
The main number, obviously, get rid of mold is our daily day number sort of thing. So Monday to Friday 9 to 5, and the other number is our 24-hour 7-day-a-week hotline. So if there's any after hours queries or questions, you can also always contact that phone number as well.
And then if you want to the shop's on the site, so you can either book an on-site quote, or you can just go straight into the shop and purchase the products through there. Is there anything else our listeners need to know other than you got the spray pack, you've got the Ghostbusters gun there, which looks pretty amazing. I want one of those. But it's the same product. It's just applied in different ways, isn't it?
That's correctly, yes. One thing which we've been doing quite a lot of lately is air conditioning units, the ducted all year round. So again, 100% safe. Allergies, asthma, it's all completely safe. So you can put it basically through your ducted or split system air conditioning units. Won't only just kill all the germs or any bacteria inside in the system itself, but that'll also spread through the offices as well. Nice, clean and fresh, all through the office all year round.
And which product do you use for that? Are you just using the spray?
We're using there's a gel pack. It's for the split system air conditioners. Once you pull down the main vent where the filters are, you just simply, it's a blue plastic box which we slide across. You empty the contents, the gel in there. You close it back up and you just put it on top of where the filter is. You close it back up and that'll just automatically, once the fan's activated, will automatically take it through the offices.
Absolutely amazing. Dean, when the property management sector said to me, what have you got on mould? I said nothing. And sure enough, these stories come up at the right time for the right reason. But congratulations on putting the site together and coming from compliance. You can see what a big issue is. And then your own situation there where you had to do it, but you can't just go out and use some of these very strong products that knock your socks off. For a product like this to be available, especially for bacteria and germs, is a great thing. Okay. So, Dean, they can contact you on 1300 175 642. Go straight to the shop, try the product out, but it's great to see that we've got something available for the real estate industry.
Yeah, that's right, Lee. They can also contact us on info@nationalmouldservices.com.au, and you can query any question. You can have any questions or any queries in relation to the products. We're more than happy to give you a call and run through them with you before you purchase as well.
Well, Dean from NMS, thank you for joining us, and we look forward to hearing some results from our listeners.
Great. Thank you very much for your time, Lee.